Are you a new manager or an experienced manager that doesn't feel comfortable with the annual appraisal process? This video is for you. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 common mistakes to avoid when conducting an annual performance review or appraisal. Let's jump right in. My name is Alastair McTavish. I'm an internationally certified soft skills trainer. I've delivered training to thousands of people in more than a dozen countries around the world. This channel aims to help you to take your soft skills, communication skills, and leadership skills to the next level. Annual appraisals, annual performance reviews, most companies have them. Traditionally, they were once every year. More and more companies now have them every 6 months. Some even have them every quarter. Common mistakes we see again and again in annual appraisals are as follows. Number 1, only having the feedback conversation once a year. If you have a feedback conversation with your staff during the annual appraisal, none of the information should be a surprise. So a common mistake is just waiting 12 months until you actually give your employees feedback about what they're doing well and what they need to improve. This just shouldn't happen. More and more global Fortune 500 companies, FTSE 100 companies, they're encouraging managers and leaders to have regular ongoing feedback. So mistake number 1 to avoid, don't only have feedback conversations with your staff once a year. Tip number 2, during the annual appraisal process, if it's every 12 months, don't only give feedback on what happened in the last few months. Give feedback about the whole 12 months. This is a common mistake we see. Don't only give feedback on the last few things. It should be a balanced summary of the performance of your team throughout the last 12 months. So tip number 2, don't only give feedback on recent events. Tip number 3, when giving feedback, don't talk too much. There should be balance between the manager taking the appraisal and the employee. Time and time again, rather like meetings, we often see managers taking over meetings and talking a lot, not giving employees the chance to speak. The same goes for appraisal processes. It shouldn't just be a one-way communication, it should be two-way communication. The manager will give their opinion, but the employee should also feedback. Do they agree? Do they disagree? What areas do they think they need to improve upon? Arguably, in an appraisal, it's really good practice to get the employee to first of all do some sort of survey to reflect on their own performance. And first of all, get the employee to share, how do they think they've performed? What do they think are their strengths? What do they think are their weaknesses before the manager even articulates their point of view? So tip number 3, when giving the annual appraisal, delivering the annual appraisal or annual performance review, don't talk too much. Tip number 4, when delivering an annual appraisal, don't only focus on the good or the bad things, i.e. what the employee did well or what the employee didn't do so well, what they need to improve on. If you only focus on the good things, it will build up the employee, but they won't know what they need to improve. If you only focus on the negative things or areas they need to improve upon, well, maybe they will feel disheartened and unhappy and miserable and feel that they only do bad things. So there should be a good balance between positive things and areas to improve. So tip number 4, common mistake to avoid, don't only focus on the negative or the positive things. Tip number 5, when giving employees constructive feedback, don't give them 10 things they need to improve upon or 15 things. How are they supposed to remember them? There should be just 3 or less areas they need to improve. 1, 2, or 3 things you would like them to improve during the next 3 months, 6 months, or the next year. If it's more than this, very hard for employees to remember. So tip number 5, don't give too many things for the employee to work on and to improve. Finally, tip number 6, do not finish an annual appraisal with the employee feeling demotivated. Whatever you do, try to finish on something positive. It could be the exciting projects that you're going to work on in the future. It could be a possible promotion or pay rise or bonus. It could be some sort of exciting changes in the team or some new clients that they're going to have on board. Or it could simply just be thanking them for all their hard work. But it's really important that employees leave appraisals, performance reviews, feedback conversations feeling positive. So tip number 6, a common mistake to avoid: make sure the employee doesn't leave the appraisal feeling demotivated. To sum up, the 6 tips to avoid when conducting annual performance appraisals and reviews. Tip number 1, don't only have feedback conversations once every 12 months. Tip number 2, don't only talk about recent events. Talk about things from the whole of the last year. Tip number 3, as the manager taking the appraisal, don't talk too much. It should be a two-way conversation. Tip number 4, don't only focus on the negative things or areas to improve, also praise and focus on positive things as well. Tip number 5, don't give the employee too many things to work on. Keep it to 3 or less. And tip number 6, don't let the employee feel demotivated at the end of the annual appraisal. So I hope you found these tips useful. Let me know which one of these 6 tips you're going to try to use in your future appraisals, which you're going to try and use more of. Like all these videos, please don't just watch them and do nothing. Go and get a pen now. Yes, you, go and get a pen, write down 1 or 2 of these tips that you are going to implement in your appraisal, whether it's with your staff next week, next month, even later this year or next year. It's all about taking action. Without taking action, we cannot improve. So please don't just watch videos and do nothing. Watch videos and write down actions that you're going to take. And this will increase the chance that you'll get value from this videos and all the other videos. So if you found this video useful, please give it a like. Please subscribe to this channel and share this video with your colleagues or friends. We've got a lot more videos coming on soft skills, communication skills, and leadership skills that I'm confident you will find useful for your career. So thank you for watching and see you on the next one.